Okay, guys, throttle body injection 202.50. The only thing I did is I did some chamber work, which you can see. Okay, I did DV's flow ball thing, but in reality, it's still, I wasn't going to take a lot out, so we're still blocked for the 1/4 inch ball here, and we're still blocked for the 1/4 inch ball here. But you can see it definitely has some more area now. I mean, if you look at this way, you can actually see where it's a touch further this way than the edge is. Now, this edge is not perfect because I don't care. Okay, when I'm doing a real head, it's going to be right to the gasket line nicely. Okay, now our liquid definitely changed, right? It's so funny because it's not what you think is going to happen, right? We gave it more area here. So we're getting more air out this way. And look what our liquid did. Our liquid started to move over this way more, right? We've got more of an angle on it now than we had. In reality, I think it looks damn good for what it is. Damn good. Okay, what do we got on our valve? It looks like we got a little extra on our valve as far as thick around that circumference. Let's take a look at the bore. Okay, almost as good as it was last time. Now, if we got some flow gains doing that, I would say it's a win. We'll take a look at that. Okay, we definitely have more of an angle on our liquid. Do we have more near our plug? I would say it's a tiny bit thick around by the plug, but it's still good. It's still a powdering. It's not enough to cause plug wetting problems, I would think. Okay, you can see the chamber has had some work, right? Not a huge amount. I took just a little bit out of here to get rid of that nick, right? And I did some movement on this wall. Other than that, it's exactly the same. So you're figuring if we got any wins or loses on this, it's strictly due to that. I do like the shape of the way that liquid comes around at that point. I think that looks really good. Okay, guys, what we got here is number 12. When I widened the short side radius, this I just wrote chamber, meaning I deshrouded the chamber a little bit. So, is it a big win? No, it's not a big win, but it is a small win. And you know what? When you're developing a port, small wins are really all you can ask for if you're doing a little tiny piece by piece like I'm doing here, showing you guys this. Okay, this actually took another step back. This was already down. This took another step back at the lower lifts. Does that bother me? Not even a little. Plus, plus, plus. We got a small plus with a little bit of noise. A small plus with a little bit of noise. Plus, 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 plus equals minus. Okay, does that bother me? Not really. This is where I want my gains. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a small win. Not a huge win. I was expecting for a little more than that to be, even though it wasn't a huge cut. Now, what should I say? Will this change a lot if I knock that bolt boss out? That was a big win last time. I think it would. But for the guys that don't want to put tubes in, this is really not bad. Okay? 256 at 50. Not bad at all. As far as our swirl, now, because we gave it more area there, it's going to change the way the swirl works, all right? So we've got plus equals plus. This is actually a bigger number here. Minus plus 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 plus. This swirl is actually up around where it was stock. So it's very much a swirl port. Now, is it a big difference over these? Not a huge difference, but a noticeable difference, right? And at 500 with 28, not bad. I would take either one of them is fine. Either one of them is fine. Now, let's take a look and see what we can see as far as our air speeds. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my air speeds. I knew that went too quick. Sorry, guys. That's a bumble on my point. It's already, it's January and it's hot in the garage. I may have to turn the AC on. Not cool. Sorry about that, guys. Can't win them all. And I'm not putting it all back together just to get some air speeds. But I'll tell you what I think happened. Because you opened up that side of the short side radius would increase. Let's take a quick look at the last air numbers. I would expect this to go up because there's more area there to get air around. It's going to pull harder on that part of the port. I would think center of the cylinder would calm down a little bit. That would even these guys up a little bit more. Now, as far as the roof, I can't give you an honest answer. And as far as this, it's going to change from top to bottom just a touch. Okay, guys, sorry I forgot about the air speeds, but trying to get a lot done in a short amount of time. You know, Whiffy's away. That means the cat needs to play when the cat can. You know what I mean? So, you know, she gave me a huge list of things to do. That ain't happening. Life is good. All right, as far as these, I think I'm gonna open that bolt boss up. Now, in order to get some decent flows, I actually got to open up this side as well. So that's a good amount of grinding. I'm going to hook up with a pretty radical burr and make some chips in order to do that. But as far as somebody that doesn't want to break through, I said it before, this is really not a bad setup. We got plenty of swirl, right? You got darn good flow numbers. I should probably CC this before I knock that hole out. I'm going to guess they're right around 200, 205 right now. Okay, and they're pretty competitive with an AFR Enforcer. So they're really not bad for a junk head with quite a bit of grinding done to it, you know. Remember, they're still going to need, anytime you use these, they're basically going to need to be milled because it's a light casting and it does warp a bit. It's going to need guides. It's going to need a valve job before you do anything else to it. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to get, I think I'll CC these for you the way they are. And then I'll do a little grinding. And I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night.